you wrote these objectives, but what can you actually do with it? Well, it can help you prevent injury risk. So the reason you're doing it is so when you do jump on a box, your knee doesn't go out, you don't roll your ankle or something like that. You're playing sports and it's random, or you're walking down the street and you step on a curb. Or what happened to me the other day, I hit a pothole on my scooter, I just flipped over the handlebars and my elbow and my shin bone was like, my calf muscle was like 2 inches bigger. But I was on the ground before I even had a chance. I was just talking, you probably happened skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like I was on my face, I'm like, how did this even happen? It was so fast.
You have to kind of like roll in the frontal.
Yeah, I didn't even have a chance. I just went I went up the driveway and my wheel just hit the curb and I was like, went over the handlebars and I'm like, why am I on my chest right now? Right? But I didn't have a chance, but hopefully like sometimes you have a chance to prevent things from balance. Alright, so what are the concepts? Maintaining balance is the key to all functional movements, whether it's for strength or dynamic, right? For functional movements, not sitting on the bench or sitting in the seat and pushing like the chest press machine, that doesn't require that. And that's not the purpose of the exercise, it's just to work the agonist muscle, basically, right? But in general, if you had to push somebody else or prevent them from pushing you, then balance is required, obviously, right? So don't think of it just as static, it's also dynamic. We start off static. This is a very specific order. And then the goal should eventually be to turn it into dynamic. So when you're doing a barbell squat, it's a strength exercise, right? But it requires some dynamic balance. The more weight you put on, it feels like you're going to fall backwards. So it does actually require balance. So just because it's a strength exercise doesn't mean it doesn't require stabilization. It just means that you're mostly focused on strength, right? When you jump on a box, it does require balance to land. But there's a specific order and how they put it in the book to go from static to dynamic, right? So what is balance? Well, the ability to reduce force at the right joint, at the right time, in the right plane of motion, requiring optimal levels of functional dynamic balance and neuromuscular efficiency, right? So it's about timing, right? Reducing force. What does that sound like, reducing force? Which phase does that sound like? That's phase one. It's not about acceleration. Phase one is all about either not moving or moving really slow. The purpose of the 4-2-1 is to absorb any kind of energy and control. Proving that you can do that, then you can add more weight and go faster. That's what it is. You're reducing the force. It's eccentric training.